News digital stream across the United Kingdom
and around the world.
If you're here in the UK, you can also watch us on your TV screen. GB News is Freeview channel 236.
On Sky, we're channel 515.
626 on Virgin Media.
Just remember, you might need to retune your TV to watch the channel.
Yeah, and if you are doing that, find out more about retuning by going to gbnews.uk.
Join my show Farage, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and there you will get opinion, analysis, debate, and I'll cover stories that nobody else dares to touch. And then for the last 15 minutes, talking pints. We're over a drink. We have a civilized conversation with someone. We very often disagree, but we do it in a grown-up way. Come and join me on Farage.
I'm Dan Wootton. Join me Monday to Thursday from 9 to 11 for the feistiest and most fun news debate on TV, where free speech reigns. I'll bring you a sharp take on the day's biggest stories, bombshell newsmaker interviews, and A-list guests. And I guarantee you, no spin, no bias, no censorship, and no reason to go to bed. That's Dan Wootton tonight, Monday to Thursdays from 9 on GB News.
Hello there, I'm Eamon Holmes.
And I'm Isabel Webster.
And we hope you can join us for
Breakfast with Eamon
and Isabel.
You make me laugh out loud, belly laugh.
Is that important first thing in the morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's me trying to be deadly serious. News is a serious business.
Yeah, I have to rein you in sometimes.
Well, it doesn't stop us laughing at it. It doesn't stop us having an opinion on what's going on.
Yeah.
And it certainly will not stop us reflecting what you think.
Weekdays from 6 to 9:30 on GB News.
Hello there, I'm Polly Middlehurst and you're watching GB News Live. It's day one of the new year and we have the latest news and discussion on the topics that hopefully matter to you. Coming up, we're going to be speaking to some of the impressive sporting champions named on the New Year's Honours List today. All that ahead, but first let's get up to date with the latest news headlines. Here's Karen Roberts. Thank you, Polly. These are your latest headlines. Health bosses are warning the next few days are crucial in the fight to reduce the impact of the OMCRON variant. Chris Hopson, the chief executive of NHS providers, says the NHS was under arguably more pressure compared with this time last year. It's as the Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, says COVID measures must be an absolute last resort in 2022. Over 162,000 COVID-19 cases have been recorded in England. That's a new daily record. Medical experts leading the UK's battle against COVID are among more than 1,200 people who have been recognised in the Queen's New Year Honours List. Knighthoods have been given to the UK's Chief Medical Advisor, Professor Chris Whitty, and his deputy, Jonathan Van Tam, as well as the Chief Medical Officers for Scotland and Wales for their efforts in the fight against COVID. Meanwhile, Sir Patrick Vallance, the UK Government's Chief Scientific Advisor, has been elevated to Knight Commander of the Order of the Bath. After a successful sporting year, tennis player Emma Raducanu and diver Tom Daley both receive MBEs. Well, separately from the main New Year Honours List, Buckingham Palace has announced that Tony Blair will also receive awards from Her Majesty the Queen. The former Prime Minister has been made a Knight Companion of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. One of his former cabinet ministers, Lady Amos, joins him and has become the first ever black member of the order, while the Duchess of Cornwall has been recognised for her contribution to the monarchy, being appointed Royal Lady of the Most Noble Order of the Garter. The official state funeral for Archbishop Desmond Tutu has been taking place in South Africa today. Mourners gathered in Cape Town to pay their respects to the late Nobel Peace Prize winner who for years fought against racial injustice. President Cyril Ramaphosa, who delivered the main eulogy, paid tribute to his friend.
If Archbishop Desmond Tutu were here, he would have said, "Hey, hey, why are you looking so glum, so unhappy?" He would have wanted to elicit a smile, a laughter from amongst all of us. That was the type of person that he was.
People gathered to hear London's Big Ben ring in the new year for the first time in 4 years last night, as much of the UK welcomed 2022 with subdued celebrations. Thousands usually watched the show, but the ongoing spread of Omicron meant many stayed away. It was an even quieter affair in Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland, where Edinburgh's world-famous Hogmanay party was called off. And Boris Johnson says he wants to maximise the benefits of Brexit this year. That's despite consumers being warned of fresh disruption due to new rules coming into force. From today, traders will no longer be able to delay completing full import customs declarations on goods entering the UK from the EU or other countries. Previously, they had a grace period of 175 days. But the British Frozen Food Federation has warned consumers to brace for disruption due to the change. That's your news update. I'll be back at the top of the hour. Now back to Polly.
So welcome along then to the January the 1st, 2022 edition of GB News Live with me, Polly Middlehurst. You may have heard the New Year's honours list has been revealed today, and after last summer's glittering Tokyo Olympics, our sporting champions lead the way. A huge number of sporting heroes, in fact. 78 Olympians and Paralympians have been honoured for their services to sport, and we're joined now by two of those sporting champions who've made that star-studded 2022 list. Paralympic athletes JODY and Chris SKELLEY join us now live on GB News. A happy new year to you both. Thank you very much for joining us. JODY, if I can come to you first of all, tell us how you felt when you heard the news.
Oh, it's a bit of a surprise, really. Like, it's never guaranteed you're going to get an honour, depending on whether you're winning medals. But to receive that, well, it was actually an email this time. It used to come in a letter, but obviously it's all electronic now. But yeah, to get that recognition, that gold medal and silver medal I won in Tokyo, and the services I'm doing for cycling and GB Sport, it's phenomenal to be kind of recognised in that way.
The cycling, you are an English cyclist, but you're a former swimmer as well. You've won something like 20 world titles across both sports, 8 Paralympic gold, 1 silver, 3 bronze, a heck of a list of achievements. Did you feel that you had deserved it?
Yeah, I mean, I would say deserved it. I mean, like, it's like an honours. That's not a given at all. So that's other people recognising what we've done, and to be recognised as one of these people that they're worthy of having that honorary those letters behind your name, and to go see the Queen and pick up your medal and stuff. That's pretty impressive. At the end of the day, I started off my career as just a general sports person who just wanted to see how well I could do, and I ended up doing 7 Paralympics in, 8 gold medals in, and multiple world championships. So yeah, I think to receive a little bit of recognition and a few letters past my name, it's a great honour.
You're going to have to get used to calling yourself Joe Cundy CBE, aren't you? It's going to be quite a change. Chris, you've got a similar problem on your hands for 2022, MBE, but nonetheless, letters after your name. How do you feel?
Well, thank you for having me on. It's a huge honour. Yeah, it's quite surreal. And I do judo because I love doing judo. It's a hobby to me. It's also my job, and I'm so lucky to be kind of sat here talking to you. It was a huge dream of mine to win the Paralympic Games, and then to also now be awarded an MBE. It's an honour, a huge honour. I never thought of it. I do this sport because I love it, and I love helping other people trying to get into sport, and it's so surreal.
Chris, you were 19 when your life changed and your visual impairment was diagnosed, and you had to decide to work around that and make it happen. It is what it is, and a lot of Paralympians say. We're looking at pictures as we're talking to you of you on the judo floor. Tell us why you chose judo. Were you already involved in that? Because I know you were a keen rugby player before your diagnosis, weren't you?
Yeah, so I loved judo anyway. I started both sports when I was 5, and it was a real kind of, it helped me through school. It helped me kind of make friends. I made some amazing long life friends through both sports. And then, as I said, I struggled in my later teens. And then, I had a choice to kind of make. It was the one thing that was left in my life. Judo was a saviour of my life, and it took me out some of the dark periods in my life where I really was struggling with kind of knowing what to do with myself. And I just feel so honoured to kind of sit here and talk to everyone and explain like how amazing it was to compete for Paralympics GB and British Judo. And I feel so honoured, and I always kind of well up when I talk about it. But I'm just so grateful.
So when you got the email then that Jody was describing, how did you feel?
Well, I got a letter, so it was quite a surreal moment when I had to have a little bit of help kind of reading it because it was really small writing, and when someone told me, I was a bit like, oh wow, and I kind of there's a lot of crying. I know I'm quite a big guy. I'm very soft in the middle, and I just started to cry, and I couldn't keep hold of my emotions, and because as I say, it was always a dream to win the Paralympics, but then also to be recognised for doing something I love is a huge honour, and I'm just so grateful to whoever nominated me, and I will always be thankful to the people who supported me and helped me to get to where I am today.
Chris, don't go away. I just want to go back to Jody for a second, who's listening to you there. Jody, when you listen to Chris talking about how emotional this moment is, let me ask you about that for you and indeed the effect it's had on your family.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you can't comprehend, I guess. Like winning medals and stuff, that's a relief. That's all the hard work goes in, but to have something that's a recognition of things that you've done that people are looking from the outside, yeah, it's truly honoured to be in that position, and for services to cycling. I mean, more people need to be cycling. If I'm inspiring people to get on their bike and get out and ride, that's a great thing. Whether it be able-bodied, disabled, you name it. So yeah, and it's been great for my family. I mean, like they've been massive support all my life, kind of through everything. And my partner and her kids at the moment, like the amount of sacrifices they made so I could do my racing when we got to the games. Was something else. So yeah, I have a lot of people to thank that do stuff in the background, and I've really just honoured to have this accolade.
What is your disability, Jody? I mean, I call it a disability. My own son is an amputee, and at a very young age, he said, "Mum, am I disabled?" And I said to him, "Actually, love, you're super abled because you get past so many obstacles that other people would find easy." Do you think the category disabled is right? And what do you say to young people like my boy who are looking at that Paralympic performance pathway?
So I was born with a deformed foot. I had it amputated when I was 3. So I'm a below knee amputee, and I basically grew up just trying to do everything all my able-bodied counterparts did. So I just wanted to be as good as them. I think that helped my drive to be as sporty and successful as I have been. But yeah, I've never sort of seen myself as disabled. I've always tried to do everything that everybody else can do. And if I can help people that are in a similar position to me, that maybe sat on a sofa thinking they can't do anything because they've just become disabled or lost a leg in an accident or something, then yeah, that's pretty cool that I can do that just by performing sport and people being able to see it.
And Chris Skelly, your words of encouragement for future Paralympians, what would you say to somebody who may have a congenital deformity, as Jody describes, an amputation or a visual impairment such as yourself, or indeed somebody who's had a car accident, a motorcycle accident, and finds themselves with a disability or a super ability, as I like to call it? What would your advice be to them?
Well, I think it's just make sure you kind of be adaptable, because it's so difficult to kind of, everyone's individual, and my advice would just be adaptable, but also just kind of reach out to people as well, because I've had amazing support from my family, my friends, my fiance, and I think it's also just making sure that you're not alone. There is people out there that can help and that can get you through this really tough time, and don't be afraid to kind of reach out and talk to someone. and also just try to embrace whatever's happened and really just talk to someone.
And what would you say about the London 2012 Olympics? I mean, you're a sportsman born at the right time, really, aren't you, for this acceptability, not just acceptability of Paralympic sport, but indeed the public's support for you as Paralympians and almost overtaking regular sport because you've had to overcome so much to be the champions that you are, Chris.
Yeah, 2012 was a massive time in disability sport, especially in Britain. And I think you say I don't see myself as disabled. I just have a visual impairment, and I try to live my life to the fullest. And I have some great friends and fiance who also has their hurdles they have to get over, and they smash it. So I believe it's really important for people to, if you do see people who are got disability doing sport or whatever they are doing, just keep going forward, because it will be an amazing time, and I've made some amazing friends and friends over the years. So yeah, I'm really, really honoured to kind of be doing what I'm doing.
Jody, if I can just get one last quick word from you, what would you say to the public who've supported you all so much over the last few years, particularly since 2012?
Oh, I mean, it's been fantastic. The fact that Paralympians now are household names, that's completely changed since I started Paralympics back in '96. And just continue the support. The more support we get, the bigger and better we can be, and bring on Paris and LA afterwards.
Jody CUNDY, CBE, if I can say that, Chris Skelly, MBE, thank you both very much indeed. An honour to talk to you today.
Thank you very much.
You're watching GB News. Coming up after the break, Colin Brazier looks back at some of the greatest space stories from the last year and asks whether Britain is now in a new space race. See you in a minute.
It's time to remind ourselves there's always another winter. Canary Islands sponsors the weather.
Looking ahead to this evening's weather, and the UK is looking dry with clear spells for many, though showers affecting the northwest and far southeast. Let's take a look at the details. A dry end to the day across the southwest. Cloud will thicken from the west later though, ahead of showers or longer spells of rain arriving overnight. Mild too. Scattered showers across the southeast will continue as we head into the evening, so it will be cloudy and in places damp at the end of the day. Across Wales, a dry start to the night is expected with some clear spells, and it will remain mild. Here too, showers will return overnight though. It will be a dry evening across the Midlands with variable amounts of cloud and the occasional clear spell. It will remain breezy throughout though, and mild for early January. After a mainly dry start, cloud and a band of showers will push slowly southeastwards across northeast England this evening, though they will ease as they do so. Showers will also affect southern Scotland for a while this evening, some turning heavy. These will then clear southeastwards to